welcome race fans to another episode here at CRN with the Smoky Mountain Truck Series here at new Smyrna Speedway. So this is a 0.48 mile track. It's 75 degrees out. The track is at 75 degrees as well, so should be pretty decent on tire wear. Hoping to see some great green flag running here this week, as we were plagued last week with some plenty of caution laps and for drivers to never get their foot on the pedal the right way, I guess. So hopefully they got some practice in this week. We're starting a little late with an extended practice session for the drivers, so they can get out here and do their thing here tonight. So we'll be qualifying here shortly as practice is starting to come down to an end here. I'll bring up the timing tower, show you where everybody's standing. And right now it is Brandon Elvis on top over Christopher Smith, Justin Coleman, Brandon Cooper, James Honeycutt for your top five. Robert Hattenbeck, Todd Lampier, Dale Ogburn, Lucas Whitehead, Austin Cooper, Larry Henry Jr., Daniel Sweat, Joey Lagardo, Charles Miller, Christopher Cash, and Brandon Kelly. We're going to have 17 trucks on the dock tonight. Looking to have a great race here tonight. So, but before we get started, I need to bring in my friend and my co-host, Derek Sherman. How you doing out there, Derek?
Good, Jimmy. I'm just, I don't believe that 75 degree outside, because it's definitely hotter up here in Jacksonville than it is in New Smyrna right now, because it's hot out. I forgot to turn on the AC in the old shed, and I tell you what, that would be the last time I do that. But other than that, it's a good night. Great racing. New Smyrna looks like it's going to be a little... everyone's kind of starting to figure it out by the looks of it so far, so can't wait to see what everyone's going to do for this evening.
Yeah, it's the hit and miss. I got out here and did some laps. The truck will push if you get too fast in the corners. Definitely a lot of rolling through the corners and trying to ease that throttle on the exit to get yourself a good run without spinning the rear end around, just like we've seen kind of last week. But you can see drivers are still having some issues trying to master the horsepower of these trucks on short tracks. But either way, it's going to be a good one here tonight. We're going to give it live coverage just like we do every single week and put on a great show here. And hopefully these drivers will move forward here through tonight. A lot of times, Derek, when you get out here and you practice, you get to finally get around the drivers that you're driving with. And I know right now, because it is practice, everybody's out there trying to push the truck to the limits because they got to qualify. And I think position is going to be a big deal here tonight. And the drivers are going to want to start up front and get in that clean air, stay out of the havoc that hopefully they don't need to drive through. So we've seen a lot of trucks take damage last week and hit the field around, but in any case, we are going to put on a great show here tonight, and I'd like to welcome all the CRN Nation out there. Again, Barry is going to go with Elvis tonight to see if he can get some good luck here tonight, as Justin Coleman on the comeback with a win last week. So it was good to see Justin Coleman out there in the 14 doing his thing and trying to make a stampede after a late start here, missing the first couple races. But we're on race number 4 of race number 4 of a pretty long season here. So I think in total with the playoffs, I think it comes to 22 races altogether, and you need to those drivers are wanting to stay in that points battle, stay in that playoff bracket as best as they can, and it starts here. And if you have a bad race tonight, you want to try to save it and get yourself a decent finish to keep yourself in a points running. So, Derek, have you got any time here on New Smyrna for in any vehicle?
If I do, I don't remember. I think I have. I think I've had it in the street stocks, to be honest. Did a couple of officials. It's a lot of fun, especially with the street stocks. it was a lot of fun. I think that's when I got iRacing, and you know, not a whole lot of skill involved, just dodge wrecks and hope to God you miss them. But talking about points, Christopher Smith is your points leader right now. Brandon Cooper is in P number 2. Well, and I'll say Christopher Smith is the new points leader after last week's race. And then Brandon Elvis is in P number 3. James Honeycutt in P number 4. Rob Hadenback in P5. Kyle Lamphere down 2 spots to P number 6. Brandon Kelly up 1 spot. Daniel Sweat up 6 spots. Anthony Rearnick up 3 spots. Justin Coleman, Christopher Cash, Austin Cooper all in the same spot. And that's your Austin Cooper's in P11, and Larry's in P number 18. Brian Foster's in P19. Jonathan Carter is in P number 20. So the penalty points. The leader of the penalty points is a good old Clint Walker. I don't think he is here tonight, but he is leading. And talking about penalty points, I got caught by the good old red light camera here in the state of Florida. They got me.
They got you, huh? Well, I mean, you gotta get your speed and danger somewhere, but try not to spend any real life money, huh, buddy?
Yeah, well, I'd much rather have the virtual penalty points right now, because it was a whole whopping $158 for that ticket. So, well, let's just be real. The tickets made out to my wife, so not me. So I did it in her car, not mine. So she got the ticket. So she's not happy with me. She went to go look at the video, and she sent it to me. She goes, "You weren't even close. You just decided to run it." Yeah, well, if you ever been in Jacksonville, you know the traffic is not that great sometimes here, and so it just turned red when I crossed the line. So it is what it is.
Yeah, the cameras are definitely a money grab for the counties, and hopefully your money be well used to make sure that those roads down there or the law enforcement is paid. But either way, people trying to get paid here tonight, trying to get in that battle here. Brandon Elvis qualifying on the pole right as this moment. Still have Lucas Whitehead out there, and Austin Cooper is on the track, but I believe he might be the choose cone car. Wait a minute, no, everybody is in there. I don't see a choose cone car here tonight, so might not have that car out there to for the drivers to pick a lane. Maybe just go run this thing traditionally here tonight at not adding to the chaos, as these drivers have definitely still not mastered the horsepower of the trucks. So we're looking here for a good one. Qualifying is done for the most part, with the exception of Austin Cooper. We have our lineup so far, as you can see on the left-hand side, is Brandon Elvis, Christopher Smith, Justin Coleman, James Honeycutt, Brandon Cooper, Dale Ogborn, Daniel Sweat, Anthony Rennick, Larry Hansen Jr., Joey Lagardo, Robert Hattenback, Christopher Cash, Brandon Kelly, Todd Lamphere, Charles Miller, and Lucas Whitehead. So each of those drivers have gotten out there, and they get out here. They this is like a provisional lineup for the start of the race, because this takes you into the 20-lap heat race that we do each week to settle the field. And at first, they were expecting a very large field of cars for the late model stock cars that we did last series, and a little smaller field. But they decided to keep the heat race. Basically, the heat races would have been used to eliminate maybe somebody that wasn't very fast in the track, or couldn't get it together during the heat races. But it does give these drivers a little bit of time to get out on the track to actually race. But it is for position. But a lot of times it can be used to move forward. So you got somebody in the back like Charles Miller in P15 right now, and he might just have a great heat race and end up starting the race a lot farther up than from the last row. But in either case, qualifying is coming down to an end, and we're getting ready to load up this field and start the heat race before we go on to our 120 laps around here tonight. And it should be a good one. We're gonna hope for a good one. I'm knocking on some wood. These drivers got some skill tonight, and they're gonna put it to work and see how things turn out. So heat number 1 we have transitioned to that phase, and you can see the overhead blimp view of all the cars and everything's coming on the track. The drivers enter in, and they wait behind the pace car down there in turn number 1. So, it's gonna be a good one, Derek. I know it is. Yeah. Either way, it's gonna be a good one. Last night the race was all green. We were over there at UCRL. They were racing the Xfinity cars at the Nashville Super Speedway, and they call it a Super Speedway, but it was under a mile and a half. But it was green from start to finish, and the drivers got spread out, and they're doing great. And all of a sudden, like 15 laps ago, people started closing in on each other because, from saving tires or whatever. And the race, the top 3 finished in 0.07 second split. With no wrecks. Yeah, it was really crazy, man. It came down to a wild finish. So if you guys are looking for some great racing, go over to CRN, hit the playlist, look up UCRL Xfinity Series, and check up the race that was posted yesterday or last night. So, but great job by those drivers over there. Hoping to see another great race like that. Maybe something in those lines and some great battling that we can cover left and right. But pace car is underway right now. The trucks are on the field. Let's go down there right now. We'll go trackside, or us up in the grandstands here, and see where everybody's at. But we're gonna have a good one here tonight. And, it's all gonna start here with a heat race. So we're talking about the penalty points, Derek, and there's little things the drivers need to do, and some of it's making sure they got the Smoky Mountain banner on the front of their truck. That's worth a couple points. That's an easy one.
Take it like the one of Dale Algbert. I guess he doesn't care because he doesn't have the on. Larry Hensley Jr. is going to get deducted points. He don't have them. Let's see who else. Everyone else seems like they have it on there.
There's a few drivers out there, but we're going to go green right now. And Brandon Elvis is going to get on that loud pedal here early and down into turn 1 with Christopher Smith on the outside. Brandon Elvis' teammate right behind him, Justin Coleman, in that number 3 spot, but battling with Christopher Smith. But they're going to finish it out here a little bit, so you can see some side-by-side action going on. James Honeycutt going a little wide there. He's 3 wide there with the number 60 of Joey Lagardo.
He just didn't feel comfortable up there, Jimmy, or in the front, or just got a bad restart. He's like sending me to the back, or he's playing some strategy and get the biggest mover points. I don't know, but with 16 trucks here tonight, I don't think that's a very good idea, but there's a caution.
Caution out. Let's buy the 033 of Lucas Whitehead. Gotta look back here real quick, see what happened with the 033. And I bet JD Money was just got back in the back of the 11. So
and then gets
the 12 getting collected there of Alston Cooper. So caution out here, but everything was looking good here pretty early. They got a couple laps in before that caution came out. So it's just really understanding that to get down in these corners, it's not a super speedway by no means, obviously, and they really need to brake going into the corner and brake pretty hard, to be honest, and learning the driver in front of you where their braking point is, so you don't run into them. And especially if you're looking to try to get down below them, but if they're in your line, then you just kind of got to check up and keep those trucks moving, keep this thing going green. But we're on lap 5 of 20. Brandon Elvis is out front over Christopher Smith, Justin Coleman, and Brandon Cooper. And the 18, we've seen the 18 have some troubles last week. So this week he's more up front. So hopefully looking to stay out of the trouble that he found last week.
I mean, sometimes when you fall back into that pack eats you up there, Jimmy.
It's a whole different race starting in the back, than it is up front, so.
Well, I mean, you also got to put it in the perspective of like you've been up front all day, or you're used to being up front, and now you're in the back. Now you want to make quick work of the guys in front of you, so you're probably not really as careful as what you should be, or patient, and you force stuff, or you just get collected in someone else's bad juju. So, there's a whole mess of things that you can get into, and last week the 18 found himself in a lot of mess that he didn't want to be in. So, it's kind of the same with Brandon Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the same thing happened to him last week.
It's tough. It's I've been in some leagues, or I broadcasted some leagues where they revert. They don't even bother with qualifying. They'll just reverse the order of last week's results. So they'll get out there and basically make the faster drivers have to run through the field, but it does a couple things doing that. It makes the faster drivers have to work a little harder. It also gives some of the slower drivers the opportunity to be out front for a little bit and not have to be in the back and deal with the middle pack stuff. But it does happen. So it's a pretty good alternate way of doing things. But right now we're gonna get back under green here. Brandon Ellis jumps out there to a nice little lead over Christopher Smith and Justin Coleman, but Justin Coleman on that outside this time. Christopher Smith down on the inside. We'll see if that number 80 can use that inside to his advantage here on lap 9 of 20. Larry Hensley going around with the 21 of Rennick, I think that is.
Yeah, I caught the end of that. It almost looked like he got into the side and got in the rear and just came around.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick look back here what happened with Larry Hensley Jr.
Oh, Dale Ogburn got a little loose coming out of the corner.
And
he drops down to the bottom. Let everyone by.
This caution, this is going to happen going into turn number 3. You see it up there on the outside wall. And the 21 just not slowing down enough. Taps the rear end of the 33. So I would, if I'm the steward, I'm probably going to call that one on the 21. But around goes the 33. As he does lock it up. He keeps it on the top side of the track. He doesn't let the truck roll down for the other trucks to roll into. So there's no reason to rush anything as the field comes by. And you can see the 33, seeing the other 33, the 033 coming up and lock their brakes back up, but they both avoid each other to get their trucks back going again. So caution here on lap number 9. And another caution here on the heat race. And like I said, as long as the drivers kind of start using these practices to, especially being around the drivers that, you're going to be around during the race, learning their, where not only your braking points, but learning the other drivers' braking points as well to kind of help you assist or be able to make that move or find that opportunity to make the pass. And passing on short tracks is probably one of the more challenging things that I've had to do on iRacing Dirt.
Yeah, no, Jimmy, passing here is going to be awful. I'm just going to be real. It's going to be hard because you're going to have to wait. Most of these short tracks, you're going to have to wait for someone to make a mistake, set them up. There's an art to it, and make them make mistakes, and so it's not all about just I mean, yes, you can bump them and run, and you're able to do that in these trucks, but you know, that's an art too. So, I'm not. I can't say I'm good at it. So,
Christopher Cash rocking the Iron Maiden scheme tonight. I'm going to say right now, if my son was around, he'd be picking that truck for sure. He's a little. He's 9 years old and loves heavy metal and learning to play the guitar. But they're back under green again here. Brandon Elvis is going to jump out front again with Justin Coleman and Christopher Smith battling. Therefore, P number 2 with the being followed closely by the 18 of Brandon Cooper, looking to get up front here in that top 3 right there in front of the 07 of Daniel Sweat, trying to make a move here as well as these laps are coming down as we're on lap 16 to 20 now, Derek.
Yeah,
they're pretty good actually. Caution comes out and I don't know why. Looks like Lucas Whitehead, I believe it might have been called on here. We'll see what happens back here towards the back.
Self-spin, self-spin.
Self-spin on the 33. And
he almost did the, got the split. I would have not gave you the penalty points if he would have made it into the split there, Lucas.
I would have gave him a couple points, like a field goal.
Right? I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if he would have just went in straight, and that would have been pretty good because it would have took him straight to the pits. But I think he's already, in the last one on the lead lap, anyways. So
definitely not what the 033 was looking to accomplish here before the heat race. So he might be just settling down as this will go to a green-white checker here, Derek. And I'm hoping that, like I said, they're getting about 5 to 6 laps and before they're something's happening, and a lot of it's just self spins. Again, throttle control, patience is needed for short track racing, and especially with these monster, I want to call them monster trucks, but they just have a lot of horsepower. A lot of horsepower, very little weight in the back. There's no way to really get any downforce on the back, especially in the corners when you're you're slowing down anyways, and then you're trying to get on the throttle. They're just you can put them fins steeper than 90 degrees, and I don't think it would help much here on these short tracks. Actually, I don't even know how much help those the fin on the back does here on short tracks, but it does help there now on the straightaway, keeping the back end kind of loaded down. But we're gonna round this one out here. We're gonna take this thing to a green-white checker, get this heat race completed, and then a small warm-up to start before we go ahead and start the race here, which will be 120 laps. But pace car is in at 014, and the 4 get a nice start here as they're probably working together as they are teammates. But the 14 and Justin Coleman maybe looking to beat out the 4 of Brandon Elvis, but Brandon Elvis has a little bit of a lead right here as we come around, getting ready to take the white flag. We got another caution. This time,
well, I will say this is a little bit of a rough start for these gentlemen tonight. I don't know what happened, but
there it is. It was with Larry Hensley Jr. We'll go to Larry's machine and just rewind this here, as it didn't really capture what happened here, but it looks like there's a lot going on here. See,
I think Larry was trying to give some room on the outside. So
no, you got to see what happened up here, because it's up here, up here with Christopher Cash. So I'm just gonna. What the heck? Click that.
I thought that was a truck on the outside, one of our trucks, but it was I guess the spectator truck. Did you see that?
Yeah. So, oops. That's not a bit good camera. Watch a 69 on there on your left-hand screen, though, as we go forward here. And he's just going to try to get into that corner to try to take advantage and make a move on the 26. Goes high, just can't get it turned. So he's going to tag the wall, and then that's going to kind of work its way back. Brandon Kelly checks up, and that allows to kind of give Larry Hensley that momentum and that opportunity to shoot the gap here. But he is trying to give the 9 out room on the outside. Comes down just a little bit too much. Barely touches the 21. The 21 goes for a ride. And that's what's going to bring out the caution here again for the heat race. So another green-white checker attempt here. I believe this is the last one. I don't know. Is there a green and white checker limitation on heat races? Like the race?
2.
Okay.
2. This will be the last one.
Well, no matter what happens here, we will move the lineup to the race. And pace car is in. Brandon Elvis on the lap again. He wastes no time this time. No battling for the 4 as he wants to get to the finish line. The 14 and the 80 are going to do some battling back there. We'll go back just a little bit right now to see where the action is at. I'm trying to keep my eye on my third monitor where everybody else is at, but we're going to go ahead and cross the line for the white flag this time as they continue the battle trying to get this thing finished up. The 14, oh, the 80 getting loose. 18 checking up, hitting the 7. They're still going straight. Christopher Smith on the wall. Oh, everybody going around. That is the big one. Big old mess back here. They need to try to figure it out. Oh, it's gonna be a long race.
Oh, can't even say it. Demolition derby at the end.
A little bit of a demolition.
You get wrecked. You get wrecked. Everyone gets wrecked.
You get a penalty point. You get a penalty point. I mean, if everybody gets all penalty points, I mean, I guess everybody is equal, right?
I guess so.
But,
hang on, I'm gonna go potty.
All right,
I'll be right back.
Derek's gonna step out. We're gonna go ahead and show what the results were for the heat race here, and Brandon Elvis winning the heat race over Justin Coleman, Dale Ogborn for P number 3, Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, Austin Cooper, Charles Miller, Daniel Sweat, Larry Hensley Jr., Brandon Cooper, Joey Lagardo, Robert Hattenbeck, Christopher Cash, Todd Lampier, Lucas Whitehead, Brandon Kelly, and Anthony Rennick. So some drivers got a lot of work to do to make their way through the field. They're going to have a small warm-up here to get 4 minutes tonight. To get some extra time out on the track. And, hate to say it, but they might need it. So, but I'm hoping they can turn this thing around and get a great finish here tonight. As you can see, some of the times coming up there for the warm-up results where everybody's kind of sitting right now. Brandon Elvis out there is the fastest truck. Christopher Cash was earning some good times, 18.286. Lucas Whitehead, so definitely some speed. I think by some drivers back in the pack just need to be given the opportunity to stretch their legs a little bit. I hate to say it, but with all these cautions too wide, I wouldn't be surprised if the stewards order these drivers to start single file. And then tell them nope and have them passing until at least one lap complete. So maybe something to think about as they have to start back to the field. But it looks like they rolled things forward here as we're going to move into the feature here early. So, yeah, getting ready. 150 laps here tonight. Here at New Smyrna. I'm going back to check, but I swear, because I swear it was 120 laps. Look, I'm just gonna go over and look, because I cover so many series sometimes, and then I get them. Not that I get them mixed up. Just I checked the schedule. I swear it said 120. Here, where are they at? Trucks here. Metro. Yep, definitely. No, I definitely am wrong. It is 150 laps here tonight. Well, I stand corrected. But you know, with short times around here, less than 20 seconds to get around here. If they can get this thing going green, this thing will be over in a jiff. I was just talking there with all the drivers and all the fans out there tonight. I mean, we can take maybe some side bets. You know, with all the caution flags that we had last week, how many cautions do you think will be here tonight? I guess we can start taking maybe like a little side bet or something, and see who gets the closest. I know these drivers can do it. I know they can. I have faith. All drivers that are listening, patience, patience, patience. Gotta have a clean car to finish tonight, and I think if the driver that keeps a clean truck will be able to walk away with a really good finish. But Brandon Elvis will start this thing, and Justin Coleman gets a launch on the outside, looking to take the lead away from Brandon Elvis here early, and he does. Using the outside to his advantage, you know, that also helps a little bit, you know, with teammates being around each other. But no reason to fight right now. It's too early. We're on the second lap now. Looking at the back of the field here, some two wide acts between the 76 and 80, and then back in the back, we're all single filed out. So this is a good sign. We got a couple drivers on the outside looking to find their way, maybe down into that inside line, but going to use the outside line right now to make things work. 21 diving down in there underneath the 99 of Rob Hattenbeck, trying to make a position move, but can't float that truck out there, so gonna have to slow down just a little bit. Who is 64 Christopher Cash, looking like he was getting hungry for a move past the 60 of Joey Lagardo. Christopher Cash was pretty fast there in practice, looking to make some moves up to the field. Already up 3 spots here as he moves into P number 10. Oh, I got a spin here as the 12 goes around down the freight stretch, spins around single car, but they're going to keep it green. Austin Cooper back on track. I think he's still down there. We're still green here. I think Austin Cooper jumped down in the pits. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Where's he at? Excuse me. That was the 11 of Charles Miller. Back up front here, still under green. Looking good so far. Brandon Elvis takes the lead back over Justin Coleman. And those two drivers are starting to run away, but the caution comes out here on lap number 7. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, maybe something with Christopher Cash. See what happened to that number 69 as he was making his way up forward. Self-spin down the front stretch, but rolls that truck back out to the field. You can see he hit the inside wall hard as that truck smokes. Hopefully that 69 can get that truck all the way back around in the pits, get that fast repaired, because he's going to need it here tonight, or he'll have to put that 69 on the hauler here quick. But things are looking good here as we started getting going. Everybody started to spread out just a little bit, and that's what they need. They're going to need a good, solid 4 or 5 laps, and they'll be able to get these trucks kind of where they want them, start settling down, hitting their marks, being consistent. The drivers just have not had the time to get in that rhythm. You know, 5 laps caution or 5 laps caution, and it just doesn't. It's very, very hard to get in the rhythm and you know, work the line and find your braking zone, what's working, and you know, as those tires wear down, brake bias adjustments and changing your entries, whether it's a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit early, a little bit later. There's all kinds of things that these drivers need to do while those changes happen to the car, or excuse me, trucks over time. So, but we're here on lap number 10. Shared about 10 people. Yeah, if you appreciate all the fans out there coming out and watching, man. It really does. You know, these drivers do try, and they get out here and are very competitive, and that's why you see the incidents and the cautions. Is, you know, they're trying, and they're trying to push the trucks to the limit, because it seems like so easy. Like, it seems easy, but it's not. It'd be amazing. I was talking to a fellow driver a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about how when people come over to the house and stuff, and they obviously they see these monster racing rigs that we have here set up to enjoy our hobby, and they want to try it out, and they quickly realize how difficult it is to actually get around an oval. It usually takes them a little while to even get some sort of speed. So we're going to go back on the green here again with Brandon Elvis jumping out to that lead again over Justin Coleman, but Dale Ogborn on that lower side underneath the 76, taking Pete number 3 away. We're back under green flag conditions here, but 76 of James Honeycutt goes around, but everybody got bottles up there, but they keep it going. They're gonna keep it green. James Honeycutt just getting sideways, getting bounced back around, but getting bounced back with his nose pointing forward. Larry Hensley Jr. was able to get around the 76, now on the coattails of the 80 of Christopher Smith there for NP number 7. You can see him stacking up there in the back here. A lot of action going on in the back as they're trying to sort themselves out.
Well, Jimmy, I was back and I was wondering
why the wall nose first. Man, that had to hurt.
The green is still out, and we're still under green as Brandon Elvis and Justin Coleman are out of the front. Yeah, Ogburn and that, and Daniel Sweat are battling for spots.
You can see the damage done to the 12 truck, barely rolling down the pits here. Oh, tough hit by the number 12.
I bet you he has a blow motor right now, Jimmy.
I mean, he hit that. I don't know if he could hit that wall any harder. Not on a short track. That hurt my bones. Brandon Elvis out front, currently over Justin Coleman, starting to get himself a little bit of lead, but Dale Ogborn looking to chase down Justin Coleman there. He's sitting in Pete number 3, the 07 of Daniel Sweat. We've seen him have some pretty good runs. And currently sitting in Pete number 4. Brandon Kruger is in Pete number 5. Larry Hensley Jr. Just got around the 80 of Christopher Smith as the caution comes out here again on lap 19. This time involving Brandon Cooper.
That's
by a self spin where looking at position unless he gets into it. Yep. Just sending it in, getting on them brakes. Maybe a little bit, the brake bias just back a little bit too far. He slides up there, right there in front of the 33, but he's going to lock it up. And that's the best thing you can do, unfortunately, is just sit there and let the field go by. Hopefully everybody sees you. They don't hit you. Everybody's been splitting them. Everybody's turning down, getting around that 18 of Brandon Cooper as he just holds it. There's no reason to sacrifice his truck. But everybody does a great job of wreck avoidance there for the 18. So caution number 3 here on lap 22, Derek.
You know, that's been the story of the first 3 races. As we're in race number 4, is you know, these trucks can have a lot of speed, and have a lot of power coming out of the corner and losing the grip. But what we've talked about is probably not as much is if you overdrive that corner, the entry of that corner, and try to slow it down, the truck doesn't like it. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a setup issue or just the truck issue or whatever. It just does not like it. Brake bias, you can name.
I did get a chance to get out there and get some laps in, and after I figured out how the truck handled after probably about 4 or 5 laps, it was, you know, it was pretty. It was, you know, I thought it felt good. You know, it wasn't to the point where it just took a lot of throttle control coming off the corner, and like getting in, like people are waiting till last minute to brake, and a lot of it's probably just brake bias, Derek. You know, just, you know, probably back a little bit farther it needs to be, and you know, it's just different. I mean, it's just different. Short track racing is so difficult, and it's very hard for vehicles that have so much power, and just you know, they do sway. I mean, there's a lot of body shifting with these trucks, so. But right now we're on lap 24 of 150. Justin Coleman is out front with Brandon Elvis, Larry Jr., Dale Ogburn, and Christopher Smith. Your top 5 for trucks as they go 2 by 2, and the pace car is going to come in. They're going to go green here as Brandon Elvis and Justin Coleman, teammates, are sure counting down, saying when they're going to go. Get a nice jump out front. B1, 2. 26 of Todd Lampier going a little bit high there, right behind James Honeycutt. We're going to get down to the inside right there in front of the 60 of Licardo. Single file so far. Rob Hattenback on the outside of that number 21 on Anthony Rennick.
You know, Jimmy, it's the first couple of laps, and no matter what the series or the track, the first 4 or 5 laps is just white knuckling, holding your breath, hoping that you can maintain your spot or maybe pick up a few spots on the restart, and you stay ahead of trouble. So, I mean, that's how I see it. I don't know about you. It's just so difficult. You know, it's sometimes borderline stressful.
Yeah, I mean, the tension's high, you know, and you're racing back there, and right now you see James Honeycutt up there kind of in a nest of drivers. You know, Rennick not being or holding off Rob Hattenback on that outside. Probably definitely a little bit faster. It looks like he got a little bit of bumper there from the 76. 76 is going to make it past the 21, but it's going to move that 21 up, slows up to 99. 26, Todd Lampier is going to be able to get by. Seeing a little bit of tire smoke there from 26, so probably locking it up. It's a little bit getting into that corner, but keeps it straight. Good job so far. Kind of go back here. What's going on? Because we see the 21 kind of stuck on that high side. And falling back. You see Rob Hattenback fell all the way back, so he can get back into single file here. 2 wide.
Sometimes it's not worth the squeeze, Jimmy, to fight for a position that in a hornet's nest like that.
No, it's too early. We're only on lap 32 of 150. And yes, the laps are going to click off here quickly, but you know, there's still a lot of racing left here tonight. So, but a nice little run here so far. But Brandon Elvis got his hands full by his teammate of the 14 of Justin Coleman. Larry Hensley Jr. has made his way around Dale Ogburn, now moving up there into P number 3. So, good job there for Larry on that comeback after that spin earlier. one of Dale Osborne back there in P number 4. Now Christopher Smith looking to be trying to get around as well, and you can see how difficult it is. The drivers are now in single file and running, I think they're the optimal line, and it's just now all about throttle control, hitting your braking markers, getting into the corner, and getting that truck around, and then getting back on the gas. So,
go ahead. Oh, sorry. So it's also about taking care of those right side tires, Jimmy. I mean, you know, going into the corner hot, into the corner and getting hot. Stage yellow, stage yellow, stage yellow.
Okay, so stage yellow here on lap 36.
That's what it says, anyways. I could be completely wrong. Our in-car reporter, Larry Enzo Jr., can verify if it's a stage caution or not. There, you got us.
Yeah, Derek, I got you.
Ooh. Is that a stage yellow?
Yeah, it's gonna be a stage yellow.
Stage yellow, a few drivers coming down. Larry Hensley Jr. bringing down some of the field here as some drivers decide to stay out. You know, and this is a call that we've seen bite some drivers in the butt. But this is the opportunity to get fresh tires, top off on gas, make sure you have enough fuel for the rest of the run, and then maybe next time not have to come out for the next stage break. But the 33 of Larry Hensley Jr. is down and out and making his way back off of pit road.
So, I mean, getting back to what I was saying before the caution, you know, going into the corner too hard, or, you know, I mean, that's the problem. Why I can't race like I had issues, because I drive the track different. How I want to drive the track is wouldn't be conducive to what would be considered fast. I don't do short tracks very often, not like this. You know, taking care of the right front and right rear, in my way is slow, but give it 15, 20 laps on a green flag run, I'll start running you down, and I'll, you know, and, but I mean, that's a lot of patient work and driving there, Jimmy, and, you know, it's gonna be hard to do on a, you know, and to do fast and, you know, be the leader or guy in second place, third place, or in the top 5, to run those kind of lap times and stay. I mean, Brendan Elvis and Justin Coleman do it beautifully. I wish I could do it like them, but, you know, I ain't. So that's why I'm here in the booth.
Yeah, I hide from short tracks, Derek.
With Jimmy the burner, right front tire and right rear tire over there.
Oh yeah, I will punish some right side tires. I've never had I've always been one to qualify pretty well. I've always had a hard time managing that tire. So if I was somebody out there, and with all the cautions though right now, it might not have been a big deal, but making sure you have enough fuel and maybe some fresh tires might help. But they have to remember those tires are cold. It does take a lap or so to basically get them tires kind of warmed up to actually get to the optimal operating temperature. But we're green here again. 41. Brandon Elvis is out front over Justin Coleman as they battle there with the 07 of Daniel Sweat, looking to move up into the top 3. The caution is out. It looks like Anthony Rednick, I think. Yep. Lost control 360 down the front straightaway. Jumps off track trying to avoid the caution coming out, and I commend the 21 on something like that, Derek. You know, it takes a lot to be like, all right, I messed up, let me tow, and hopefully they can stay green, but iRacing throws the caution.
It's that or frustration.
Oh yeah.
Like a rage quit, you know.
It's been a while.
I'm going to say it's a rage quit because he has left the building.
Oh no, 21 has decided to put the truck on the hauler here tonight, but you know, as long as, you know, got to keep coming back, you know, you're never going to get any better unless you keep trying. And then maybe it's just, you know, maybe getting around some of the other drivers that have, that do very well here or very well at short track racing and get some advice. And I guess the big thing is, Derek, it's so easy to push these trucks over the limit. As you can see there, is he was just trying to get on the gas and losing the back end, and it takes a lot in your mind to just wait, like to be a little bit slower, to like be able to drive the truck to your ability, and not push it to spin it out and wreck. So,
you know, like I tell the kids, slow is fast sometimes. You know.
You'd be amazed. Like even some of the, you know, I used to run with the Core Premier Series, and every now and then they'd throw on one of those dirt road courses with like the jumpy trucks, as we call them, and you'd be amazed, like if you just go slower, how much faster it actually is, and it plays big dividends there. And, you know, obviously you want to get a good run in. Like you need to get your entry right into the corners here. You need to get that throttle control coming out of the corners, and in order to keep a pace to be fast. But right now, I think, you know, these drivers here that decide to stay out and not come in, not giving up that track position is paying off for them so far. I'll go ahead and I'll change the gap here to show you when and who pitted. As you can see, the top 6 have not pit. Then you have Todd Lamphere with some fresh tires, and then Lagardo back there at 8th. Christopher Smith, P number 36, is the next vehicle that's going to be a truck with newer tires. Lucas Whitehead back there in P14 was the last one in, so trying to get that 33 around here tonight. And it's been a while, and it's good to see the 033 out here, and we're running with the boys here, or the drivers here tonight. But right now it is the 4 of Brandon Elvis getting things back under green again, followed by the 14 Justin Coleman, Dale Ogborn there in P, and number 3 finally securing that spot right there in front. But it looks like Joey Lagardo has gone around in the number 60, but we're gonna keep caution flies again here on lap 48. So caution's breeding caution, so we'll kind of see what happened here. Oh, he tags James Honeycutt. Oh, gets sideways. Can't quite catch it, into the wall. And what a near miss there by Austin Cooper. Go ahead and click that again, and we'll jump on top of Austin Cooper's machine here real quick. We'll see what he sees as it happens in front of him. Christopher Cashwell high. There's a 60, losing it, and whoop. Just like that. That's how fast. That's how fast it happens. And you know, we have the ability to slow these things down, but the drivers do not. So things happen quickly. Not necessarily, you know, always another driver's fault. Just wreck avoidance is huge on a short track.
Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how everything ships out. I mean, we had a couple. We had a good stint, so I'm just real curious on if we can get back to that point. And so I don't. Be fun to watch some green flag and watch some tire wear go down and see if these new tires are going to make a difference there. Depending on when the next stage break is.
Yeah, not quite sure on that one. I know they were doing 50 and 100, but they were mixing it up. I don't know if they put it. I wonder if they put it out on the Discord, because I have not really been paying attention to the general chat.
No, I think we. I don't.
General. See what the truck general says over here. If they got anything. Did say no choose cone tonight.
No, I mean, I don't see that.
See. Now I see why they had
stages
extra
for
tank.
tonight are 35 and 105. So,
There we go. Derek found it. 105. So got a little ways to go for that one. Got at least another 50 laps, and in that amount of time, drivers can really stretch out here. But we're 2 by 2 again, fall right behind the pace car. Get these drivers underway. They're down a few drivers here right now. Go back to gap here.
Brandon Elvis is going to get a nice little jump when they're getting out of the green flag. Justin Coleman's going to have the bottom side. Going to check up a little bit so you don't tap the rear end of his teammate. Fall in line, Pete number 2. 3 and 4 are side by side, so is 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 there, and Larry Hensley Jr. is underneath the 99 of Rob Hattenback for P number 8. But they're still too wide behind the leaders for 2 rows. And then you got Justin Coleman looking to see if Brandon Ellis is going to leave a lane there so he can get underneath him and try to take that spot away. But it doesn't look like he will. So,
Favorites. We're going to give a
I
chance.
couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Oh, and a 60 goes into the wall. Oh, and Lagardo crashes hard.
Caution is still not out. Oh, Dale Albert's going to get loose. Coming out of the corner, trying to save it. He's down on the bottom. The 6 is on the bottom of the racetrack. And 3 and 4. We're still green, everyone.
60 at Joey Lagardo is still on that bottom of the track. The admins are going to keep it green as long as he is off the track. And, yep, so they're going to keep this thing green.
It has looked like Lucas Whitehead and Joey Lagardo have taken their machines to the pit, to their hauler, and so Christopher Smith and Tom Lamphere are, and Larry Hensley Jr. are going to make be the first ones with tires. So they're on their way up towards the front here. That Jimmy. So James Honeycutt
finally getting a chance to stretch your legs a little bit. Christopher Smith up there and P number 5 on the back bumper of Brandon Cooper with those fewer newer tires, but with all the caution laps that's kind of happened, I'm sure those used tires are not in too bad a shape, especially on a cooler night here.
So I think they're
green flag racing. Lap 62 of 150. Brandon Elvis out front over Justin Coleman. Back there, P number 3, Daniel Sweat in the 07. Brandon Cooper and P number 4, Christopher Smith is in 5th. Larry Hensley Jr. putting some pressure on the back of that number 80. And James Honeycutt.
Ooh, Cooper
18.
Max 8 outside retaining wall on 3 and 4. I can't wait to see the replay of that. Gets a little loose coming out of 1 and 2. Going into 3. Gets a little sideways to try to save it. Bam! Hey, Brandon, there's an arrest warrant out for your arrest for murdering that outside wall, buddy. Glad it's a virtual game, a simulator, before I get roasted for calling it a game. But it's a that would have hurt in real life.
That would have hurt
real bad.
That was
that would have hurt real bad.
Pretty nasty hit there that he took, but he takes it back down in the pits as they clean the officials out there, getting the track all cleaned up. But we're now on lap 65 of 150, starting to close in on that halfway mark here in just a few laps. Bob Hattenback going to go ahead and bring that number 99 down.
I got 99 problems, but a blank ain't one.
Nothing like a good 99, a bad company, Coleman design truck. There's a lot of vehicles that are painted by Coleman Designs,
I will say, in my day, we wouldn't reach out to another team for a paint. I mean, that just shows you the commitment of and the friendship to supporting their painters here. So I'm just saying, I would have never reached out to it. I would have. I mean, no offense, Justin, you do great work, but
he does.
I'm also, you win enough. I don't need to give you more credit for my paint scheme.
Yeah, Justin does a fantastic job with paints. I did ask him if he didn't have any ideas for paints. CRN was looking for one for the Mercedes, so see what they would come up with. I haven't seen anything yet, but challenge still on to see what they come up with, and never know. Maybe obviously, pay the painter's fee, if it's in that good, But anyways, it's looking good here. We're getting towards, like I said, towards that halfway mark. We're starting to see the drivers actually, fall in line and starting to get some laps underneath their belt under green, and being able to exercise the newer tires. But we're gonna get back under green here again on lap 69. We still have a few laps before they hit that next stage break. But Brandon Elvis and Justin Coleman out front again, and Christopher Smith at number 80 right there again in battle with P3 of Daniel Sweat. Larry Hensley Jr. on the back bumper of the 80 of Christopher Smith. And Larry seems to have some speed here tonight, and right now looking pretty good. Obviously exercising some patience in getting this truck around here. James Honeycutt right behind him, followed by Todd Lampier at number 26. Biggest mover of the race so far. It's kind of tied between Todd Lampier and Brandon Kelly in the 9. 9 being kind of quiet here tonight, but just kind of working his way up through the field after having a not so great start to his heat race.
No, I mean, he's just trying to keep his nose clean, keep the truck underneath him, and try to run as many laps as he can there, Jimmy.
I mean, that's all you can do. If you know you're not the fastest one on the track, it's really just about trying to stay out of trouble, and hopefully you can be in a position.
Ooh, that was close, Rob.
That was close. You did see how fast, they come up, somebody.
I had a brown moment there, Jimmy. I might have to go check my panties. My Sparko Racing depends. But anyways, as we're on top of the 26 machine of Todd Lampier, and somehow Christopher Smith fell behind in P number 6 after being in P4 battling with Daniel Sweat. So Larry Hensley Jr. is starting to run down that P number 3 and try to get him behind so he can go challenge for a lead. So
yeah, Larry getting antsy, trying to get that power down on that number 33 to get past that 77, trying to get the bumper under. He's got the bumper underneath. He does take the inside there. Now he's gets slowed down. Good pass by the 33 on the 07 of Daniel Sweat.
And now he just has to be patient and try to run down those leaders. I mean, they're running. He's running about a little bit faster than Brandon Elvis, and 2/10 faster than that P number 2 of Justin Coleman. So as Christopher Smith is busting out line and jumping on the inside of James Honeycutt for that P number 5 spot, and So,
right in front of Todd Lampier as you watch that 76 and 80 battle. Hell, Ogburn sneaks by Todd Lampier there. Good pass there by the number 1. Hattenback making his way up to the field as well.
a solid top 10 running right now for Rob Hadback.
You can see his Rob Hadback came in at lap 65, and so did Ogburn.
That was another close one there, Jimmy.
Oh yeah. You're gonna see that pretty much like all race. It's good to see. Like I'm glad that they finally have gotten themselves past that 5-lap break here. You know, and hopefully, I'm sure that they wish they could cancel the stage break if they could keep this thing running green that long.
Yeah, because once you hit that stage break, Jimmy, there's all that pressure to keep it going and whatnot. But Larry's slowly but surely running down the P number 2 of Justin Coleman, that 14th machine.
And I think that's what you're seeing, those tires finally come into play. The little bit of wear that was on those older tires that Brandon Elvis and Justin Coleman had. So Larry Hazard Jr. was able to get around Daniel Sweat there pretty easily, and now is close up on the back bumper of the 14. But the 14 of Justin Coleman being last season's champion in the late model stock car, last week's winner for his return back, and now you have Larry Hazard Jr. now needs to work his magic and try to get around that number 14, or just kind of hang out there. But it looks like things have unfolded in the back here on lap 85 as Christopher Smith has found himself in a not so nice area. So we'll find out what happened to that 80. Distance here, I'm gonna say self-spin. Yep. Ooh, a lockup tries to save it, but gets clipped by the 76 of James Honeycutt. Oh, 9 barely missed him. Nice little green flag run there, but this is gonna catch everybody back up. What is everybody gonna do? Are we going to have any takers to the pits? And we are. And these are the drivers that are coming down the pits before the stage break. These are the drivers that did not come in before. Besides, it looks like Todd Lampier is going to come in with them. Not a bad move for these drivers to finally come in and get some fresh tires, because they know they're going to need it for the second half of this race.
I mean, now it's the other way around there, Jimmy. But the problem... There's going to be 8 cars in front of the drivers that just pitted, whereas the guys that pitted on lap 36 had, I believe they were like P number 6 and 5, or close to that spot. I mean, a couple of cars in front of them. So I know one row might not seem like a big deal, but that's 2 extra cars that you don't have to worry about. So,
yeah, shout out there to Barry Elvis there, saying that's by design on the truck that he's running tonight.
Who?
Barry Elvis. That's his design. When we were talking about the paints earlier.
I got you.
Any way that somebody gives to the community, even if you're not, like, I know some people, that's all they do is paint. They just like painting the trucks, and maybe they race a little bit, but they just have that natural talent, it's not always easy when you go to paint a truck. Some people base paint only. Base paint and throw maybe a graphic on there and they call it a day. It's very hard to get some of these vehicles to line up correctly, and it's not like you're painting something in 3D. They take the model of the car and they flatten it And then, obviously when they put it on the skin gets put on the truck, it lines up, but it takes time. And then if you'll some special stuff, you'll see some vehicles will have like matte black or like some gold color, or looks like the gold paint, and that's not because it was a standard paint. It was done by using something that those what they call a spec map. But we're gonna get back under green here again. Larry Hensley Jr. gonna lead in the field out for this time by. He's gonna get himself some laps then as they work their way back down the back stretch. He's got clean air. James Honeycutt falls behind. Larry Hensley Jr. goes through the corner, so we need to keep an eye on towards the back of the field as these drivers are going to have to work their way back forward. You see Justin Coleman and Brandon Elvis, they're just going to have to patience. They're fast enough to be out front. Now they need to work their way through the field. As you can see, the 9 and the 69 getting together, clear each other down the back of the field, and they're going to go around.
I mean, I think that's what Brandon Elvis was waiting for. I mean, he didn't seem like he was out there trying to get a spot. Just trying to ride around.
Yeah, 9 drifted up into the 69. 69's going for a ride. The 9 gets back into the 69. He gets spun around there. But yeah, that's why when I talk about patience and being able to work their way, through the field. So now this is a good, they got 2 spots back from that incident there. But it's going to take a little bit of that and a little bit of luck to make sure they get through nice and clean.
That 33 machine is found his spot at the front for the night. I think he did tell me before the race that he found something, and that he is a little excited about, and obviously it's working for him if that's what he found is working. So, maybe get a little bit better of a restart for the guy and get out. You don't have to worry about being contended going into turn 1. But
at this point in time in the race, I mean, being out front or being a leader, the control truck is not a bad thing, and being able to get them decent starts, get out that lead, and that's nice clean air. Hopefully, obviously the guy behind you wants to do well. Is not in a super rush at the moment, as we're only on lap 97 of 150. So still have 54 laps remaining here tonight. But we'll get a couple more laps under caution here. I think this time by they'll double up again. But even with the we're having cautions tonight, but nowhere near last week. And we, seeing the green flag runs is a vast improvement. And one something goes around.
That he blew up too. I'm pretty sure.
What happened here? This is under caution.
Oh, yeah. You know what that looks like? That almost looks like a wheel disconnecting.
Not something you see very often.
Well, Dale Ogburns is chatting to me, and I wonder what he's going to say, but we'll get a word from our in-car reporter, Larry Hensley Jr., after the next caution, if there is one. But
that was mechanical, Derek.
Oh, his wheel broke?
Yeah, wheel problem.
Gotcha. Hey,
so a little bit of insight there from another fellow driver. Listen to the driver's radio. Mechanical problems for the 1. Tough break for the 1 of Dale Ogburn. Larry Hensley Jr. will start this thing back off again here on lap 100. As he will now have his mirror full of that 80 of Christopher Smith on the outside, running the outside line. appreciate the compliment there, Barry. So we definitely try to keep everybody informed of what's going on. Oh, Pat back hit the wall. That was a
almost took out Justin Coleman, but he did a good job of saving that.
I always kind of like these are the fast, like you see drivers that have been leading, and obviously they put themselves in a position where they need a new tires or enough fuel to get to the end, and you just the anxiety of just coming up through the field again sometimes is just is high. But you can see that 14 and the 4 of Brandon Elvis are working their way up through the field. Justin Coleman now up into P number 4 on that back bumper of the 80 of Christopher Smith. Looking to get around Christopher Smith and using newer tires to make things happen. So the 80 of Christopher Smith and 33 of Larry Hensley Jr. are going to have their hands full. But the 14, they're able to get that truck down lower than the 80 because of them new tires, Derek, and makes some nice clean pass.
Yeah, I mean, and Brandon Elvis is in P number 5, right behind James Huncutt. He's going to probably stick his nose on the inside trying to take that position, but just those new tires. I mean,
Caution out here for Brandon Kelly on lap 106, I believe. We're also past that stage break. We'll see what happened here with the 9 and being where his position is. Probably a self-spin. Yep.
Oh, it was the stage yellow too, so.
Stage yellow, 9 spinning. Trying to get that 9 back, going back forward.
I mean, I like what he was trying to do, not to try to get back in the racing line that caused yellow. So, I mean, but, want to give a shout out to Larry getting his first stage win of his
season
career. Oh, I mean, career. I mean, I don't think he has a stage win in the late models either, but so it's his first. But he came down to pit road to get those fresh 4 gummy bears, it looked like. So,
I mean, not a bad call. I mean, he's going to have to do what the other drivers did and work his way up through the field. Now it's Larry's turn to be patient and stay out of the trouble, because he has a few drivers that came in with him. Over here, I'll show the pit lap so you guys can see who hit when. You see Larry Hensley Jr., Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, Rob Hattenbeck, and Christopher Miller all coming in there on lap 106. Christopher Cash and Brandon Kelly, that just got involved there in that last incident, still out there on them lap 37 tires.
it's Charles Miller, not Christopher Miller, Jimmy. Just let you know.
Oh, my bad. I stand corrected, and I apologize, Charles. Got so many Chris's, it's habit, I guess.
All it says on it's Z Miller, so yeah, the safe assumption there's it was Christopher. There's 3, so I mean,
there's a few Christophers out there. Christopher's a very popular name in iRacing as far as first names go. In the military, we always call everybody by our last names anyway. So
I mean,
you know what it was like to actually be called by my first name, like at a job. What I got when I retired.
Huh? Who's that?
And then, well, my first name is James, and I go by Jimmy, but it's like it's Jim or Jimmy. Don't call me James, please. Maybe like I'm getting yelled at by my mom. Larry has a Jerry looking at the inside and making 3 wide. There with Christopher Smith on the outside, putting in new tires of work to keep it clean and green. The 69 and
just
the
like-
9 are the trucks that have the oldest tires on the track. You're gonna see them. Oh, and the 69
talking
going
about
around.
Talking about that.
Christopher Smith. Oh, they're gonna keep it green here. Cash is on the pit lane there.
He slid down pit lane. We gotta watch that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. See if I can find him there.
Because he slid and then it looked and then immediately it said pit lane. I don't know if he hit control.
No, watch this. It's right at pit lane. Right there at pit lane. That's one way to do
That's
it.
a penalty for you.
Probably got unsafe entry too.
Well, either way, it worked out. Larry Hensley Jr. is back to P number 4 on that way, making the most out of those 4 tires. Chasing down Daniel Sweat in that 07 machine. Yeah, but Jimmy, we're at lap 116 and 150, so, you know, got plenty of time to go. I mean, got, 35 laps? Give or take.
Yep, 35 laps remaining here. It's just a Coleman, Brandon Elvis out front with Daniel Sweat there in P number 3, followed by Larry Hensley Jr. working his way back forward up to P number 4. Todd Lamphere up 9 spots, currently sitting in P number 5 and at number 26. And Christopher Smith back there in 6th. Oh, Charles Miller crashes and going to bring out a caution here. Lap 117. Go back there and see what happened to Charles. Spin. Right there in front of James Honeycutt. James Honeycutt hits him in the bumper. Able to skirt around the outside. That's the only contact that he had with him. But yeah, self-spin on the 11. It's gonna pull drag back in the 14 and 4 and 7 to Larry Hensley Jr.
Yeah, Jimmy, I mean, Larry's on a mission. Larry last week finished P number 4, had an opportunity to probably get a podium, and it just slipped through his hands. You know, ate a little bit too many popcorn, too much popcorn, and had butter on his hands. Let it slip off.
James Honeycutt's going to bring that 76 down on the pits, and you know, why not back there in towards the back. Might as well get some fresh gummy bears, as Derek calls them, and make sure if he has any damages to get a little bit of it fixed.
The gummy bears makes me hungry, Jimmy.
I haven't had a good gummy bear in a while, man.
Oh, they're getting pretty innovative on those.
The last candy I had was from Easter, and my kids got some. One of them had Kool-Aid jelly beans, and the other one had Fruit Loop jelly beans. So flashback to childhood, as I grew up on Kool-Aid and Fruit Loops, and man, it was amazing how close they were. Just for cash, gonna bring that 69 in and get some.
They are making fruit snack gushers.
Fruit snack gushers.
Those are delicious. I tell you what.
I think this might be a good call here for the number 69, getting some fresh tires here on lap 122 of 150. He's going to be able to basically, if he's got full throttle control, he'll be able to run that 69. For a couple positions here.
You know, I mean, we're coming down to 25 to go. Larry Hensley Jr., he's on the move. I mean, he's going to start on the inside. He's going to be able to have a nice little starting spot. So if you can stick to the leaders and get a good jump, he might be able to get P3 out of this, and then just contend with Just Coleman and Brandon Elvis. So
Yeah, it's almost to the point between the 4 and the 14 for gloves off, as you know, his teammates have been battling here for that position. But the 14 gonna get a jump on the 4. Good start there. I'm pretty sure they're aware of Blair Hensley Jr. being on them refresher tires. It's one thing to catch up to somebody and then get by them, so Larry is going to have his work cut out for him for the next 25 laps.
Oh, Rob Havenback getting a little loose coming out of the corner of 2 right there. Good save behind Garcer Smith. Oh, sorry. I got a little carried away. I thought you were trying to crank it up.
No, I just giving some different views for the viewers out there. Is there drivers are single file right now. Oh, you see James Honeycutt getting wide, and Christopher Cash tagging him, going around, bringing out another caution here on lap 127.
It almost looked like he got onto that left front got on the apron, but we'll check it out here. Oh no, he just
got into the back of the 9.
Got into the corner, and the 9 just didn't seem like he wanted to give up the room, so.
Up break for the 76, trying to make a move here as the laps are starting to tick down. Drivers are starting to get anxious, wanting to get that good finish here tonight. Because we've been having a pretty decent race. We've had our share of cautions, but we've also had our share of some nice green flag running here tonight. A lot better than last week, that's for sure. So kudos out to the drivers out there. Because this is not an easy track to run, as you can tell by all the self spins that we've had tonight.
So I would like to talk about next weekend is Thompson. You know, and that's kind of like this, but I feel like it's more narrow. Like the corners are kind of like but. You know, that's going to be interesting. That's 150 laps, and then the 22nd, we're going to go to Myrtle Beach. So,
yeah, and then the following week after Myrtle Beach, I will be on vacation. So, it's time for my kids get out of school, and we're going to go a little vacay down in southern Florida. Or I should say mid-Florida, or whatever you call it down there in Orlando.
Justin Coleman, stop pushing the pace car.
It's probably a good thing that the pace car, you can drive through it. But
is he shaking the trigger to say no?
No, I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing. So teammates out front 1-2. 19 laps remaining right now, or 20 I should say. They're about to be 19, and looking to see a battle between those two drivers. Who is going to come out victorious? A lot of skill between those two drivers. The 07 of Daniel Sweat there looking to boil, maybe and get that chance there.
You know, it's going to be interesting there, Jimmy. If I was Larry, I think I would have been pegged behind the 4 car. Yep.
Good start. Everybody was pretty even. Oh, what a switch by the 14. That's gonna. Oh, he's getting sideways. Can he hold on to it? Nice save. Nice check up by the field. Definitely mixes things up. Puts Daniel Sweat back there in P number 2. Larry Hensley Jr. going down to the inside, looking to take away P number 3 from the 14. Can he make it work? 33 down out of the corner. Just
This
edges
is
out the 14.
intense, Jimmy.
14 really trying to get on that throttle. You see him losing the back end just a little bit, but that 33 looking to get underneath the 7, trying to get up into maybe P number 2. By some action, a little wiggle there from the 33. It's going to lose his momentum. Going to give P number 3 back to the 14. 80 Christopher Smith is right there. 99 Rob Hattenback looking to get into the action as well. It's for cash right there. P number 7. We've seen him have some fast laps there in practice, and he's on the freshest tires. Ooh, a little slap to the wall.
There's a guardrail there, Cash.
Back up front here as Justin Coleman looking to get around the 07. You can see just up ahead of the 4 is a lap car, the 76 of James Hunter.
I don't think he's a lap car. Or,
not yet.
Not yet. But we got 10 laps to go as, Justin Coleman got into the wall. That's going to allow Larry Hensley Jr. to get down to the bottom. No, and Larry Hensley Jr. spins, and he gets tapped by Christopher Smith. Oh.
Yeah, Larry trying to check up. The other driver's not quite reading that. Gets in the back of the 33. Late caution here with less than 10 laps to go. Going to be a shootout. Go ahead and look here. What happened to the 33? Just losing it. Trying to catch it. Takes a little bump there by the 80. I seen something happen to Coleman.
Justin Coleman.
Got registered as an incident, but not sure why. Oh!
The sub spin.
That'll spin as the caution came out by the 14. No damage, just trying to get that 14 back going forward. It's a tough break by the 14. That's going to mix things up. We have, let's see right now. Okay, so the caution came out. It looks like it's going to leave the 14 up there in P number 3.
That's interesting.
He got lucky.
Yeah.
He had that spin after the caution flow and put him in his position.
I mean, that's how I race and kind of get lucky sometimes. So
Gotta have a little bit of luck, but the 14's gonna come in though. Justin Coleman bringing the 14 down the pits here late. Tires? Yep.
why not? I mean, the tires are angry. Everyone else has a good amount of laps on their tires, so
Yeah, newest
why
tires
not?
right now is, I believe, Christopher Cash. Okay, pit laps here. Yep. Christopher Cash came in at lap 121, currently sitting in P for 5.
When your name is Cash, you can afford to put a brand new sets of tires whenever you want. But, I mean, it's going to be an interesting restart there, Jimmy. As you can see, there's a lot of people that stayed on the one of the high lane. So
that puts Todd Lamphere up there in P number 2. On the cloud pedal, Elvis gets a jump with Sweat. Christopher Smith gets around the outside of that 26. Move that number 80 into P number 3. 99 is going to try to take advantage of that run as well on that outside. 26 a little bit slower. He got a bottleneck up back there. The 9 of Brendan Kelly trying to make his move around James Honeycutt, which finds himself back up into P number 6. We're going to go 3 wide. Christopher Cash on the outside. Oh, he's going to go high. Beating a bag back here. Oh. Up, check up. Whoa. Keeping it green. Wow. Oh, the door slam. The door slam. 69 goes around down the front stretch. We're still green. Christopher Cash toes. Back up front, Brandon Elvis with a nice lead over Daniel Sweat, Christopher Smith, Rob Hattenbeck, and Todd Lampier for your top 5 right now. Getting around, this should be the white flag if they can make it around with no cautions. Pretty much spread out all over the place.
Yeah, Jimmy, that's
to go ahead and take a white flag.
That was a lot to unpack, a lot of action packed in the last. I was speechless. I was having fun watching. I'm sorry.
You just don't know what's going to happen. But Brandon Elvis is going to win this thing here as he sits turn number 4. Your winner here tonight, the number 4, Brandon Elvis, followed by Daniel Sweat and then Christopher Smith. Rob Hattenback will be in P number 4. Justin Coleman finishes in
with the fastest lap of the race at a 17.8 on the last lap. Todd Lampier, P number 6. James Honeycutt, P number 7. Larry Hensley Jr., P8. Brandon Kelly, P9. Charles Miller, 10th. Dale Ogburn, 11th. Christopher Cash, 12th. Austin Cooper, 13th. Brandon Cooper, 14th. 15th, Joey Legardo. 16th is Lucas Whitehead. And 17th is Anthony Rennick.
Overall, so, I think a pretty good race. I mean, the results. I mean, obviously, Brandon Elvis won here tonight, walking away a victor. So, good win there by the 4. Taking the pole, winning the heat race, and then coming out here and being able to finish as the winner here tonight. So, welcome back to the podium, Brandon, and we'll talk to you here shortly. Daniel Sweat, good run, up 6 spots. Biggest mover of the race would be tied between Rob Hattenbeck and Todd Lampier. And then Brandon Kelly in that 9, even the trials and tribulations that he had tonight, still finishes 7 places higher than he started. It was a good one. Let me go back to, I want to go back there to what happened with Christopher Cash before we get our interviews in here to see, because obviously Christopher Cash is on the move. A little bit of heavy racing here and towards the end. Side by side. Larry Henry Jr. obviously sees that they're battling and they're slowed up because they're getting together. The 99 comes up into the 76, sends the 69 for a ride. Oh, see the smoke, the black smoke as well. So blown motor as he hit the start-finish line. He wouldn't have been able to get that truck back underway if he wanted to. But that wraps it up here tonight for the finish. And I'll go ahead and clear this out and then show you the results on screen as Derek hunts down the top 3.
Why did we get moved to the bottom? Oh well. Christmas. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Christopher Smith, Jimmy and Derek in the booth. You got us? Oh, bye.
Hello?
Yeah, you got us?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Oh, well, congratulations on your P number 3 tonight, buddy. It was a little hectic for you there tonight. Why don't you tell us about how you felt about your race tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty hard to pass for me, and drove it in a couple times a little bit too hard and just had a self-spun. Thought I had it saved and just the track setup really wasn't ideal for me tonight, but we bounced back and got a top 3.
Yeah, man. I mean, it looked like you had a little bit of your hands full tonight, but I mean, you stuck with it and found yourself on the podium with the P3. But next week we have Thompson. How do you feel about going there next week?
Not looking forward to it. It's not bad in late models or anything. The way these races have been going, I just try to stay out front, see what we can do.
All right. Well, I'll give you some time to give any special thanks or shout outs to anyone out there watching for you, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, my wife, letting me do this. Say hey to my dad. I know he's watching. Good win, Elvis, and Sweat, my teammate, getting second. Coleman Designs, Chastain Law Firm, and all the guys over at BCR. And thank y'all for broadcasting.
Oh, well, congratulations on your P3, and look forward to seeing you next week, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
That was your third place finisher, the number 80 of Christopher Smith. And definitely had his trials and tribulations tonight, but rounding things out and being in the right spot at the right time at the end of the race, walking away P number 3.
Jimmy and Derek in the booth, you got us?
Hey, man, how are y'all?
Good. Jimmy, why don't you take it away?
Hey, Daniel. One heck of a race. I mean, you guys obviously had your fair share of cautions. How, you obviously you finished really well tonight. Your truck looks really clean, by the way. But, I want to say congratulations, but give us a little bit of rundown on how everything kind of unfolded for you tonight to put you in your finishing spot of P number 2.
Survive, man. Survive. Like you guys said, there was a good amount of cautions, and I didn't pit until right before that second stage break because we didn't really use much tire. We didn't do a whole lot of green flag racing there, so I really just tried to be smart, man. Sometimes it's good to fight. Sometimes you just got to know when to let them go and get them in 20 laps. So just trying to position myself in a good spot, and then always be respectful to these guys around me, but be aggressive when it counts. That's all.
I mean, that's your explanation sounds like an old Charles Rogers song.
No one to hold them.
When to fold them.
Yeah. No one to hold, no one to fold them, God bless.
All right. But no, you did it. You did a great job tonight, man. And I want to say congratulations and give you a little bit of time for any shouts you might have out there, man.
Yeah, man. I snuck out of here with a 0x in a second place. I'll take it. But big shout out to Brandon Elvis for winning. A good buddy of mine. Big shout out to Chris Smith behind me, taking the podium as well. Shout out to you guys. Awesome broadcast. Can't wait to watch it back here in a little bit. And Chris Cash and everybody involved with this league, they do a great job. Also, Barry Elvis Performance Fabrication and Coleman Designs all the time, man. They got my back, so got to give them a shout out too.
Well, they definitely have a great looking paint on that truck, and you taking your time tonight put you in this position. So we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Hey, thank you guys. See you next week.
Yes, sir. That's your second place finisher, the 07 of Daniel Sweat.
Well, I don't see Mr. Brandon Elvis here.
Brandon. Stop
Let's
evading.
go, Brandon.
Stop evading us. But no. Hopefully he finds his way to the booths. If not, I mean, we can only but do just kind of comment on his racing. I mean, just definitely took his time. Came in, got tires, ended up having to work his way through the field, and was able to avoid any kind of mayhem tonight to get that 4 out front. And his teammate kind of bit the big one for him, not giving him too much of leaving him not too much of a challenge out there. So walking away with a win here, but it does not look like we see Brandon anywhere.
Hang on, Jimmy. I got to take this golden opportunity. Let's go, Brandon!
But but I guess from Brandon, to Brandon from CRN, congratulations, man. You did it again, walking away, the winner here tonight. So again, congratulations. Shout out to all your sponsors that you carry on your truck. So hopefully we'll get to see you next week and talk to you there at Thompson. So another good one here, Derek. I think the drivers learned a lot here tonight, and the little bit of patience that they showed throughout the race. They did get some green flag running in tonight. They did have their cautions, but a lot of them, a majority of them, were just self spins, and it's still the self control of getting that on the throttle, getting the power down to make these vehicles fast around here. And like I said, it's super easy to overdrive these trucks, especially on short tracks. But again, congratulations to all the drivers out there. Y'all did a great job, and really look forward to seeing you next week at Thompson. Derek, I'll turn it over to you for any closing thoughts for tonight.
Everyone was pretty aggressive, made some passing moves, and forcing the issue, but also trying to keep it clean. They did a very good job of that. Weekend every week starts to get a little bit better, and by the end, everyone's doing their best and knowing what they can do and what they can't do around who. But as always, it's been fun to watch. Can't wait for Thompson next week. See you. Hopefully, talk to Brandon Elvis again next week. So get him. We'll get him next week. So
I'll get him. I'll get a pre-race.
I mean, I know how to move them. So
it's a good showing. And sometimes people have things to do, or maybe they're running late or something came up. But shout out there to Brandon Elvis for the win here tonight. I'll go ahead and before we get out of here and let everybody go, here is your result for tonight's race, as Brandon Elvis is your winner over Daniel Sweat, Christopher Smith, Rob Hattenbeck, Justin Coleman, Todd Lamphere, James Honeycutt, Larry Hanser Jr., Brandon Kelly, Charles Miller, Dale Ogburn, Christopher Cash, Austin Cooper, Brandon Cooper, Joey Lagardo, Lucas Whitehead, and Anthony Rennick for your 17 truck field. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for participating. Hopefully that next week, if you didn't finish well and you didn't do too great, that Thompson will be much better to you. So until then, we'll see you at the track.